is a picture of Amir. Now, Amir, this is from Facebook because I don't know if you know this, but I'm sure you know this actually. Your wife and I are friends on Facebook. That's how I stay up with with everything, and that's Amir. Okay. Now, what you may not notice here is he's in a wheelchair. Okay. Amir Doulatshahi is a trader that was a staple in our chat room. So here I'm going to bring down the chat room really quick for you guys. You guys say hello. Amir might actually be in the chat room right now too. Let's see, he is not logged in right at this moment in time, but you guys are on Jumbotron. So there's everybody talking to you. So Amir had been in our chat room for like 7, 8 years ago. He was probably one of the most active people in our chat rooms. He was always a guy that would help everyone. He's a very active trader. If you struggled, you had some problems, he would say, hey, I'm buying this, selling that. What are you struggling with? Here's why I sold it here. Here's why I bought it here. And he was always there to help. Now, and I'm going to take this off quick, guys. Amir, he's always been one of those guys that was willing to help anybody. Didn't matter who they were. And Amir had a very unfortunate event happen to him, and I'm going to let him tell you his story. But it was events that, in my opinion, would have broken most people that I know. He did persevere, and he looks great today, and that's his lovely wife, April, who happens to be a saint as well. And I've met both of them in person. I've met Amir in person probably 7 or 8 times over the years, Amir, I would say. He traveled to Dallas many times. Anytime I was near Baltimore, he would come out and see me, come to our training events that we used to do them in person back before, GoToWebinar. These type of events, these types of trainings, we do them in person in like hotels, and I would trade in front of big groups, and he would be there. And it's been an amazing. I don't want to say it's been an amazing journey, because it sure hasn't for Amir, but it's been an amazing from a person looking out, going out looking in. It's been an amazing recovery. And the perseverance of Amir and his family is just, it's breathtaking to me. And I'm happy to have been part of it. And I want to say that you guys here at Wise Trade over the years has done an amazing job of helping Amir when he needed the help most. We had a PayPal, we gave out Amir's PayPal account information, and people would transfer him money, from $5 here to $10 there to $100 there, here and there, over the years. And I'm sure you'll hear from Amir how it helped his family get through their horrible situation that they went through for the last several years. So without further ado, let me find Amir, and I'm going to bring him on. So let me find him really quick. Amir, I hope you have your microphone on. Amir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, good morning, Amir.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. Great.
You sound great. You look great. And by the way, this picture, I did steal it from Facebook, and I hope it didn't. Because April and I are friends. I hope I'm not embarrassing you by showing this picture. It's a great picture of you.
Absolutely not. That was the picture on April's birthday.
Awesome.
Yeah, that we were right by the beach. Is a restaurant called Rooftop. So we were in a rooftop, looking at the ocean. It was fun. It was fun.
That is cool. And now for those of you that don't know what happened to Amir, I'm going to put it back in the chat box here. Just read that story. And now, Amir, can now this might embarrass you. I have another picture of you that April had posted on Facebook about 3 years ago of you in your wheelchair with Isabella. Whoops, here it is. Do you mind if I show everybody?
No problem.
Okay. So this was Amir. I want to say it was about 3 years ago, and Amir, this I can see your quintessential cigar stuck in your shirt,
Yeah.
and still in your wheelchair, and I have to say that you look from then, a few years ago to today, you look so much better and so much happier and healthier.
Yeah, I was at that time I was 279 pounds.
Oh my
uh,
gosh.
because of all the medication and everything else and not being able to move. I'm happy to say I'm at 215 now, so yay.
That's
Uh,
awesome. So now before we talk about you getting back into trading, for people that don't know you, um, and for people that have heard you before, your voice is so much better, and we'll talk about kind of. I hate for you to have to live through or recount some of the situation that happened to you in the past. If you don't mind talking about, but it gives people a better understanding of what you've been through over the years.
yeah, not a problem. Um, so at that time, we were living in Middletown, in Maryland. So I've been uh, great life. I mean, everything was great, trading great. Uh, couldn't be happier being home any time with my wife and Isabella, because before that, when I had my car dealership, I was gone 7 days, 6 days a week, and it was hard. So it was a great opportunity for me. Joined, it worked out fantastic, and it was great until it was March 29th of 2011. April and Isabella were out of town, and I was also in Pennsylvania. I came home at night. I walked to our house, and I was attacked. I was beaten, and I was stabbed in my abdomen. Um, and
By
they
people
left.
that but there's a home invasion, and they were
Yeah,
trying to steal your, they were at home robbing you, basically.
yeah. Everything, most of my stuff was basically piled up in our front foyer for them to ready to take. I came through the garage, and it was kind of surprise. Well, anyway, they left me.
Amir, I lost you, Amir.
Like,
Hey, Amir, you're back. Okay, good, good. Hey, we lost you there.
I
Is
know.
that the remnants of Hurricane Matthew?
Yes, yes. They're still working around the clock, trying to fix the poles and internet, and we just go in and out. So I'm using my phone right now,
Oh, okay.
to talk to you guys.
Well, well,
Yeah, I don't
before
know where. Yeah,
before we resume, we do have some data coming out. So if you can just bear with me for just a couple of minutes. Now, and then we're going to continue on with like this interview. I'm just glad to have you back. So I'll just keep you engaged here for a minute. And by the way, how is Isabella?
Isabella's good. She acclimated pretty well to the area and her school, and she's in a theater. She's doing, and they had a show that they get the number one place in the state of Georgia. So she was very happy about it. There was a
Oh, that's great.
yeah, it was a um, show called Calvin Berger music, comedy and musical. So she's
Cool.
really into it and she loves it. Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. That is great to hear. Really quick, we have the goods trade balance and wholesale inventories coming out here in the U.S. Should be fairly minor data, but at this point, it could be enough to trigger some dollar movements. Looks like the data is coming in, probably fairly strong. You can see that the dollar yen has popped up a little bit. Um, let's see. Yeah, goods trade balance came in better than expected, negative 56 billion, and wholesale sales came in a little worse than expected. So kind of a mixed bag. All right, we're not getting a lot of reaction. So let's continue on with our conversation that we were having, Amir. Just before we lost you on internet. So going back to your situation, what happened? How many years ago was it? 6 years ago?
Yeah, October 12 was 5 years when I was shot in the back.
Okay, now,
And
but before then, it was 6 months before that. Now
yeah, it's
this is
about,
the craziest thing because what happened to you at your home? Okay, and just so everybody that's just tuning in, Amir was shot at his home. People were, they were putting all your stuff in the foyer, getting ready to rob you. You came in through the garage. Two men, they attacked you, stabbed you, and pretty much left you for dead in your home, correct?
yeah, yes, yes, that was one. And then after that, when I went um, uh, to the hospital, I had some cellulitis.
Yeah, and so this is, I want to say it was, and correct me if I'm wrong, it was probably about 4 or 5 months later, right, Amir? Did I lose him again? Uh, oh, whoops. Amir, can you hear me? Amir?
I'm back.
Okay, you're back. Okay, good. All right. Amir, when you'd going back into that situation, so it was just about a few months later, after you were stabbed, you had complications. You were going back to the hospital, and it was a few months later. I want to say it was like maybe about 4 months later. Is that correct?
Yeah, about six. Yeah, about
6.
6 months. Yeah, six
Okay.
months later.
Now,
It was.
just so everybody's clear here, Amir had been in and out of our chat room, and I remember, when I didn't hear from you after you got shot, and then you told me what had happened. I'm like, oh my God, and you're like, yeah, I'm just, I'm not feeling very good. I'm going to be back in the chat room when I get a chance, and then, you can continue on. All right, you were going to the hospital, you were going to get a surgery, and what happened then?
Yeah, a night before I went to drop some samples and and have some tests done. Came out into the garage, hospital garage, and um, someone put the gun in the back of my head, pulled me back into the emergency stairway, wanted some drugs. I didn't have any. Um, then my wallet, blah blah blah, and then wanted the car. Um, uh, when I tried to give him the key dropped on the ground, and he got pissed off, hit me in the back of the head, and shot me 3 times in the back.
And that shot, the shots in your back left a bullet in your T8,
T,
T7,
yeah, T8. It
T8
wasn't my
vertebrae.
T8. Yeah, just touching my spine actually.
And
So it was
so,
a
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was a lot of complication. Left. I lost the feeling. I been paralyzed on my right hand side. Then uh, I I start having seizure, a lot of bad seizures that I just without any uh, um, all of a sudden I would just drop. There was nothing that it would give me a heads up. So they decided to take the bullet out. They took the bullet out, and then my seizures still continue. One seizure was so bad that I lost my ability to talk. I had a really, really bad stuttering that I don't think April would even understand what I was saying at time. Um, Tough
And I mean,
time.
even after then, I mean, and I'm talking maybe 6 months later, even after that, when you were on the webinar originally, I mean, we could barely understand any words you were saying. It was, and so I'm sure it was worse than that, obviously, when you couldn't be on the webinar and kind of give us an update on your situation.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it wasn't that difficult for me. I was saying what I wanted to say. You guys had problem understanding me. Uh, you know, it's not much I could do. But anyway, uh, uh, um, I mean, then we put this neurostimulator in my on my spine to help with the pain, and so I will be able to really get some movement, and that was like a blessing, and that it came to us. After that, I was able to move. As I said, I was 275, 78 pounds at that point,
That's this
and
at
then
this time.
yes, 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 and then mm, after that, um, um, after I got my mobility back, I started physical therapy and speech therapy really, really hard and going at it. A lot of practice at home with April and Isabella try to help me. I start shedding those extra pounds. Start weaning off of. I was on morphine, oxycontin, oxycodone, Lyrica, everything that you can imagine. I was on to control my pain and nerve pain. But within a year, I weaned myself off of all of it, and right now I'm just taking baclofen and a little bit of a tramadol to help with my pain. But things got better. Thank God, everything got better. I mean, I don't know if you guys heard me at that time. We were in a bad shape, and you guys were so kind and generous enough to come in and help us to just survive. It was a matter of a day by day. That's how bad it was.
Yeah,
Uh, but but but
you're
uh,
back.
my, yeah, I'm back. Thanks to April, she's my true angel. She was there through the thick and thin of everything with me. I mean, actually, sometimes I feel like I didn't want to do anything, and she was telling me, "Hey, if you want to quit, let me know so I can quit as well." And that was a boost for me at that time. So then, state helped us, and I went on a disability. They paid off all my leftover, probably over $1.4 million worth of hospital bills. So they took care of that, and I went on my disability, and they added a little bit of a monthly support to us, and we decided to leave Maryland for good. I lived there for 25 years. We left. We came to St. Simon's Island in Georgia. Great place, nice, fantastic. And then it was like a couple of months ago. I was sitting and watching Bloomberg, and I'm looking at after Brexit, looking at pound, and I'm saying it's trading between 129 and 133, just keep going up and down and back and forth. I said, oh my God, this is the perfect place to trade. So that's why I called you. I said, hey, I'm gonna get back in because I think uh, uh, um, my mind might be able to handle some of this.
It's so
Um,
great.
yeah, so I came. So with your help, I'm back. I mean, I don't do what I used to do in past. It's just um, as always, I get up since I'm off medication. I get up in the morning around 6:30. Um, listen to your webinar, and then I trade probably till mm, mm, not not every minute in front of computer till 2 o'clock, and then that's pretty much it. And I can tell you that um, it's been such a lift for me to be able to remember part of what I used to do. I still try to keep it as simple as possible for myself. So I traded the pound for a while, make some money. I was lucky enough last week, um, trying to fade 130 on the Canadian, trying to see for a bounce at 130, and I took a position, and all of a sudden it it just
Huge.
rocket. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I closed my position on that. I took some off and closed my position on that uh, um, a day before, yesterday actually. I closed it. I came up with about 340 pips, which was great. I never thought that I would be able to do that. And again, I've been listening to you, shorting shorting Aussie at point, shorting New Zealand, which it drives me crazy. I'm not going to do that again. Uh, yeah, I can handle the stress, Blake.
I I
So
hear you.
much, so much. Yeah, keeping it really simple. I leave the technical analysis to you guys, and for my brain at this point, I can't jam in with so many stuff. Again, um, support resistance. I trade off of those. Like yesterday, it was 8 o'clock in the morning. Before I go to the dentist, I noticed that Swiss franc was almost to a parity, and I
Yeah.
know, and from past, I remember that parity and those 0 0 0 zeros, they're going to be like a wall. It's not easy to be broken. So
Right.
I I open a short position, put my stop above $1.10 for about maybe 20 pip loss, and I came back around 12:30. I was up about 70 pips. Man, it was great.
That's awesome, Amir. You traded it much
So
better than I did yesterday, so congratulations. That's great.
so I'm just keeping it really really simple. Going with your um, going with your bias chart. I'll look into it and just trade two or now I'm up to Swiss franc, but I'm still going to keep it within couple of couple of pairs and do it. And I'm glad to say I'm up 18% on my account, which is make me really really feels good
That's
uh,
amazing, Amir.
on what I've done. I had hey, by the way, I had a formal trade last night after Australia came up, and I trying to take it take it on a fade to the long side. I'm I'm done about probably about 10 pips on that. So I'm still doing that formal trade. So I'm going to put my order for one of those T-shirt in large, no formal.
No FOMO.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You
need a
got it.
large one, my friend.
All right, man. We'll do. We'll do. Well, Amir, I mean, there are a lot of comments that have come in, which I'll read you some of the comments, but your story is probably one of the most inspiring stories, not for just for traders, for people, for humans in general. How you and your family have persevered over the years, and how you have really had the mental strength to really just kind of just persevere through it all because like I was telling people earlier, I don't know very many people that could have done what you've done, and it's been an amazing. I know it's obviously for you, it's been a tough, several 5, 6 years. I couldn't imagine, that happening or wishing that upon anybody. And as I've told you and I've told all of our traders in the past, you've always been an amazing individual where you've been in the chat rooms helping people, and for these tragic events to happen to you, um, of all people, was I just couldn't believe it, and to see you come back and to be healthy, and to go from partially, and you're still, are you still partially paralyzed, or
Yes, my still part of my back on the right side is paralyzed. I got the feeling on my right arm back about 90%, but my left leg still paralyzed. Yeah.
okay? And so but to see you come back and to look as good as you are and to recover as well as you have, and we've had you on this webinar over the last 3, 4 years, and 4 years ago we couldn't understand a word you were saying, and your speech. I just it's amazing to me, and it's amazing, and like there are comments that are coming in. Andy wrote in, and Andy lives in the Dominican Republic. He says they should make a film about Amir. Testament to courage, strength, and determination. Positive thinking would be a real feel-good movie, and give help to many others that giving up is not an option. Um, I mean, it's so true. You are so inspiring, and your wife, and she knows I feel this way about her. So when you talk to her this morning, tell her she is truly an angel and truly an amazing woman. And I know, talking to her on the phone several years ago, she's just like, I remember at one point I talked to her, and she's just like, Blake, I'm so tired. We're just back and forth from the hospital every single, several times a week, and she's just like, I'm trying to be a mom, and this is when your home was really in jeopardy, and
Yep.
she's just absolutely amazing, and and tell her what a wonderful woman she is, and truly a saint that she is.
Thank you, thank you. Yes, I mean it was a really tough time, but I have so much love for her, and I have so much love. I mean, like I'm sure everybody does for their family and for Isabella. I couldn't give up. I mean, Isabella at that time, she's going to be 16 in March, and Isabella
Wow.
was a 10 years old um, little girl, and it was tough. It was really tough. I missed her. I mean, she has to quit her soccer practice. She has to quit her lacrosse practice. Everything that, all the activities she has to just give it up because we couldn't do it, and that hurts me a lot. And I'm glad um, that things work out the way it worked out, buddy. Um, I can't ask for anything anything better than what I have now.
Well, Amir, you look great, and we're so happy to have you back to trading, and I even, just so everybody knows, we've helped out Amir and his family throughout the years through some of the hard times, and And we're all very happy we could do that. Myself and everybody else chip in whenever we could. Um, and I asked Amir personally, just a month or two ago. I said, hey, I know you want to start trading. Can we help you, raise you a little bit of money to trade? And you're like, I've been saving some and I'm doing it. And so you're doing it on your own, and that is awesome, Amir. And we're happy to have you back in the markets again. And everybody in our chat room right here, you guys can say hi to Amir. I know it's nice to have you. We've had you this last month or so, and
Yeah,
we've
yeah.
we've been able to interact with you a little bit. And there's Steve Bealby. He's saying hello to you right now. Um, it's been nice to have you back in there and being able to interact with people. And I'm sure it probably helps you out a little bit too, because you're all out there on an island in Georgia, all on your lonesome.
Yeah, that's right. Any chance I get, but I mean, it's great. It's a great environment for me. It's quiet. I'm away from all the craziness and traffic and uh, crime in the big cities. It's just great. I come out. Hey, I'm still lighting up my cigar once in a while, sit down and smoke it, and I'm saying, oh, this is great. I can't ask for anything better.
Well, we're really happy for you, Amir, and I thank you for being on with us today. I'm going to spend the last couple minutes of this webinar catching everybody up on what's been happening in the markets, but Amir, keep on rocking, and I told my wife Lisa this, that we are going to come visit you sometime
Anytime.
in the future. Yeah, we're gonna next time we're in Florida, which we were just there for a break, but I'll be in Florida again. We'll drive up to see you in Georgia, and to have dinner with you and your wife and your daughter would be amazing. It would be such a wonderful thing to do.
Anytime, guys. Everybody, you're all welcome. Our home is open to all of you, and it'd be great to be able to reconnect with most of you that I know. Thanks, Blake. Have a good day. Have a great trading day, guys. And I'll talk to you all soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Amir. Have a great one.
You
All
too.
right, guys and gals, that was Amir Doulatshahi. Again, what an amazing story, and just amazing to have him in. And um, I mean, what do you say about that? It's just like, wow. I'm floored. I'm inspired. I'm I'm also equally as inspired about our community, about you guys and gals that have pieced together help over the years. Um, Truly amazing. And to see somebody bounce back like that is just it's awesome. Okay. Well, thank you, Amir, for joining us. Thank you for being part of our lives, and I'm glad that, I'm glad, and I'm sure I can speak on behalf of everybody, that we're just happy that your life has really turned around for the better, and that's that. All right, guys. Mike says, wow, Blake, he sounds so much better than a few years back. And Petro says, a modern superhero. Um, Eric said, man, that did the heart good. It did, didn't it? Shinzin said, thanks, Blake, for bringing Amir on the webinar. Such great inspiration. Best wishes to him and his family. Sky High Shirley says, incredible. God bless Amir and family. Carol said, a truly amazing story. The comeback is a great story. May God continue to bless him and his family. I know he will soon be back to whatever he was before. He is determined. He'll make it. He has the right attitude to soar again. I'm so happy for him. Norm says, plain and simple, you are the true meaning of what a man is on this great art. Oh, thank you, Norm. Jethro says, hey, Amir, prayers for a great new trading career. Scott says, thanks for being in our lives. Kevin says, incredible story, Blake. I've heard it before. That worries me about USA is there's too many crazy people in your country. There are, definitely. Joseph asked, can I flash the bias chart again? Absolutely, there it is. Mike says, Amir, it's so great to hear you and you're trading again. We're grateful that you have done so well. Inspiring patience, now showing it in trading. And Mike said, when will he start an FX webinar? I like those last two words, US dollar, Canadian dollar, Swiss. No luck, good risk reward. And Charles said, hello, this is from Charlie from the Krabby Traders. I know Amir's still listening in. Charles, so, and that's Charles, your old buddy from the Krabby Traders out in Maryland. And Benita said, oh my God, Amir, how wonderful, just tuned in. And Max said, great story, thank you both for sharing. And David says, Amir looks and sounds great, great recovery, good to hear your voice. And there's so many more comments that have come in, I could read probably another 30 or 40 comments. But I have to cover just a couple of things before we go.